When you look at the universe, everything revolves around a center. Planets orbit stars, electrons orbit a nucleus, and on Earth, if you zoom in from a spinning galaxy down through the atmosphere, that exact motion lands right here. Millions of pilgrims gather in Makkah to perform the tawaf, moving counterclockwise around the Kaaba. They step into the exact same rhythm as the Milky Way. It is a physical vortex of devotion, perfectly aligned with the natural laws of physics. Most people assume the origins of this black cube begin with Prophet Ibrahim and his son Ismail, but the truth goes much further back in time. Ibrahim did not lay the very first foundations of the Kaaba. This gravitational pull suggests a cosmic rhythm etched into the human soul, a physical manifestation of millions of hearts answering a singular call. To understand why Makkah has become this center point, we have to go back to the very first foundation. Islamic tradition records that long before mankind existed, angels established a house of worship. They mirrored a celestial structure in the heavens, known as Baytul Ma'mur, a sanctuary where 70,000 angels perform prayers every single day. When Prophet Adam and Eve were sent down to earth, they were separated. After years of wandering, they finally reunited on the harsh, rocky slopes of Mount Arafat, just outside the Valley of Mecca. In gratitude for this reunion, Prophet Adam laid the first earthly foundations for a house of worship. He placed it exactly below its celestial counterpart. Generations passed until the era of Prophet Nuh. A catastrophic flood swept across the planet. The physical structure of the Kaaba was lifted to the heavens, and the violently churning waters erased all surface evidence of it, leaving behind an empty, flat expanse of desert sand. The flood left the site an empty, unmapped waste. The geographical coordinates of the first house of worship would stay buried beneath the desert floor for thousands of years, waiting for the moment Ibrahim would be commanded to find them again. The silence of that desert was broken millennia later by a mother running for her child's life. Hajar, the wife of Prophet Ibrahim, was left in this barren valley. Desperate for water for her infant son Ismail, she ran 7 times between the unforgiving rocks of the Safa and Marwa hills. She possessed an absolute, unwavering trust in Allah, a concept known as tawakkul. That trust was answered with a physical miracle. Water burst from the dry earth beneath her infant son's feet. The flowing well of Zamzam was born, drawing wandering tribes to settle. The vibrant city of Mecca finally began. Years later, an aging Prophet Ibrahim returned to find Ismail fully grown. Allah commanded the father and son to dig into the sands, locate the ancient hidden foundations of Adam's structure, and raise the house once again. To mark the starting point for circumambulation, Ibrahim installed a unique stone. Brought down by the angel Jibril, the Hajar al-Aswad, or black stone, was originally pure white, but darkened over centuries by the sins of mankind. Makkah's existence and the Kaaba's physical return to the surface stand as the direct earthly rewards for a single family's total submission and sacrifice in a barren valley. The original Kaaba was a roofless, rectangular structure enclosing the Hajar Ismail. Later, a severe flood collapsed it. The Quraysh rebuilt it using only pure, lawful funds. When the money ran short, they shortened the walls into a square, leaving the Hajar Ismail outside. Long before that redesign, when the original walls were freshly built, Prophet Ibrahim stood on a rock near the Kaaba. Looking out over a completely empty desert, Allah commanded him to proclaim the pilgrimage, the Hajj, to all of mankind. Human limitations and historical constraints forced the physical walls of the Kaaba to shrink from a rectangle to a square. Yet the spiritual boundaries established by Ibrahim on that rock remain perfectly and indestructibly intact. This chart calculates the precise geographical positioning of the Kaaba. If you measure the distance from Mecca to the North Pole and then to the South Pole, the ratio between the two is exactly 1.618. This is the golden ratio, a mathematical proportion found throughout nature, placing the Kaaba at a point of perfect earthly balance. Across millennia, that center point has endured. It survived devastating floods, bombardments by flaming catapults, and an era where 360 idols were placed inside its walls. It stood through it all, until Prophet Muhammad returned to Mecca and peacefully cleansed the house, restoring it to pure monotheism. Today, millions arrive at this cleansed sanctuary wearing the ihram, 2 pieces of simple, unstitched white cloth. This single garment instantly erases all worldly markers of wealth, race, and class, placing a king and a laborer shoulder to shoulder. Yet, as indestructible and revered as this physical building is, Prophet Muhammad taught that there is a sanctuary even more sacred. Looking directly at the Kaaba, he swore a true believer's heart holds greater honor in the sight of Allah than the stone structure itself. The black cube is the physical anchor of the earth, but the ultimate sanctuary is the pure heart. Every year, millions of those hearts wrap themselves in white cloth, travel across the world, and circle a stone foundation, simply answering a call an old man made to an empty desert 4,000 years ago.